Welcome back to Night Shift with Justin S. King, how to transform your life one night at a time. Today was the 5th day of Tyler Watson's full-time coach challenge, and he went into more depth on the alignment process and the 6-step process of alignment. And today he brought up one of what I feel is one of the more valuable parts that have helped changed my life in the past when I first came across Tyler's work. And that part of the 6-step formula is called ALTER. The 6-step formula itself is allergy. You're going to identify the allergy, the thing you want, the addiction, that is the thing you don't want, the non-ideal. The 3rd step is to alter. The 4th step is to do his alignment process. The 5th step is to anchor it, where you set the cruise control so it sticks and how you can build other alignments on top of it. And the 6th step is to act. You test it out, you take action, and you see if you are aligned through the action. And then you rinse and repeat. So what the alter part stands for is you define the meaning behind the sentence or belief. And if you haven't checked out the other episodes, what that belief is like the non-ideal thing that you don't want, or the non-ideal or the ideal thing that you want. And you're going to say, for example, before you can change a belief, you have to understand what the words inside that belief actually mean to you. Because everyone has different definition of words. Might not clearly know what our own personal definition of a word is. And most of the time we think we're fighting a sentence. For example, I'm not good enough. I don't have money. I'm afraid I'll fail. I'm not ready. I don't know what to say. I can't handle rejection. But the real problem are the words inside the sentence that carry emotional definitions. Those definitions might not be logical. They might not be current. They might be associated with an old experience, an old failure, old rejection, or a different, older version of you. So the alter step of the alignment is where you slow down and you define the words. For example, if your limiting belief is, I'm afraid I'll fail, most people try to jump straight to a positive affirmation. I won't fail. I believe in myself. I'm successful. But a better question is, what does failure mean to me? Does failure mean I'm stupid? Does it mean people will laugh? Does it mean I wasted my time? Does it mean I'm not chosen? Does it mean I'm back where I started? Does it mean I'm exposed? What does the word itself mean? What is the first time you felt that failure? Your body defines failure as humiliation, danger, abandonment, or proof that you're worthless. Then, of course, you're going to resist that action. You're defending yourself from the meaning you attach to the word. But let's take the ideal belief associated with that. I'm willing to take action. The ideal or the positive, we also need to define. Does action mean pressure? Does it mean perfection? Does it mean I have the whole plan? Does it mean I'll succeed immediately? Or does it just mean I'll take one step? Does it mean I'm testing? Does it mean I'm learning? So this is the power of the alter step. Specifically with the example with failure, other people have defined failure as just a test or failure as progress. So when you look at your limiting belief and your unideal and your ideal sentences, you want to replace those with define the words, and you can even define each word in that sentence. And this part here, you might have a big breakthrough. So what you are doing is you're changing your own definition of what that word is. And once you've done that, you'll start to feel a shift, and then you can go through the rest of Tyler's alignment process, the anchor, and the action. So that is just what I wanted to bring up tonight. And tonight's night shift, take one limiting belief that has been running your life and write it down. You can define each word in that sentence. If you just want to define the strongest word, like money, rejection, failure, success, discipline, then ask yourself, what does this word mean to me? And what can I choose for this word to mean now? So don't just change the sentence of your limiting belief or your ideal belief, but change the meaning of those words. That's how you can start to shift your identity. And that is it for tonight's episode of Night Shift. Write down one limiting belief the opposite belief, the positive belief you want, and define the words in that sentence. See what shifts for you. My name is Justin S. King, and I help entrepreneurs find peace tonight, tomorrow, and for the rest of their lives through sleep optimization, emotion regulation, and discovering their purpose. Good night.